Alright, I'm going to do some critique videos of a bunch of celebrities. This first one's going to be, I think, Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson. Okay, there's a whole bunch of people I want to do, but I'll start with Jordan Peterson. Now, this guy has become known as a bastion of good, a bastion of reason and morality, and for the right wing, anti-leftist and all that. Now, Jordan Peterson is not as smart as he lets himself on to be. Now, he's not actually a right-wing person. He's actually a lefty, pretending to be a righty. He has very fucked up beliefs about a lot of things. He supports the Holocaust narrative. He claims to be an expert in National Socialism and World War II and all that, but he won't debate anyone about it, and he won't talk about it. And these are his foundational beliefs. He claims to be against ideologues, but he is an ideologue. He's a lefty, pretending to be a righty. Now, I support a lot of what he says. Not everything, probably about 60%. A little bit over half of what he says is true. Other stuff he's just really misguided on. And some other stuff that he's completely really fucked up beliefs. He's got really fucked up beliefs about things. But he says a lot of things. I won't go into the details of everything. But he won't actually debate anyone. Like everyone else, like all these other so-called celebrities, he won't actually debate anyone. What he does is he makes speeches. Scripted, prepared speeches. None of this is his own work. He just copies whatever other people's work. Nothing he's saying is anything new. This is stuff that's been around for a long time. And just he says this stuff and other people have never heard of it before, and so they think that he's the source of this knowledge. And he mixes it in with all bullshit lies and stuff of his own ideology, and people just they fund him all this money. Now, as I remember, he's a psychologist who is a professor in a university, a psychologist, and he's almost lost his job a few times, as far as I know. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not updated on what's happened in there with his university thing. But basically, he was a full-on lefty, and what he did was he started challenging political correctness, and everyone thought of him as a hero for doing it. But hey, there's a professor on our side now. We got someone in a position of power who's on our side. Let's fund the guy. Let's give him money. Let's support what he's doing. And his intentions were never right to begin with. He is exploiting the right. He's a lefty who's exploiting the right. And he's making obscene amounts of money. More money than he made as a professor. He's making obscene amounts of money. He's funded by a lot of people and doing this politically incorrect shit. He's making far more money off this. And all he does is makes prepared scripted speeches and over the same shit. And he won't actually do a proper debate with anyone, especially over his World War II beliefs, which he claims to be an expert on. And there's not actually any depth to what he says. It may seem like that because he copies and pastes certain arguments, but he's got a very narrow understanding of things. His expertise is psychology. I'll give him that he does understand psychology and stuff like that. He's not very good at psychological warfare and stuff like that, but he at least understands psychology. But he doesn't understand how that connects to other topics. He's got no knowledge of these other topics, and he's completely full of shit. So realize he's a lefty that is making money off the right, and he's in this for the money. He's not a hero. He's getting a lot of profit out of this. He's not really getting attacked or anything. He just makes speeches and gets paid for these speeches, and he gets funded obscene amounts of money. So I won't go into too much detail in these critique videos. I just want to explain some basics about certain people, and that it's generally the same thing. They have these fucked up beliefs that they won't talk about, and they'll just preach a simple message and make money off it, and they're full of shit. But I don't disagree with everything he says. That's the reason why he's so famous and getting so much money, is because at least some of what he's saying is important and true. And a lot of this stuff is from a psychological perspective. I don't fault him on that stuff, but all the other stuff he says is bullshit. So it'd be interesting if I got to speak to the guy and talk to him about Nazism or National Socialism, because Nazism is not necessarily the same thing as National Socialism, as in the Ashkenazi Jews. Not a coincidence there. If me or someone like me should confront, I'm in the other side of the world, so I can't exactly confront the guy, but if someone in his local vicinity would go on record and try and debate him over this shit, over National Socialism and World War II and his fucked up beliefs, it'd be interesting to put that up on YouTube and see what happens. See if he'll do the false reports, like false DMCA complaints as other people do. See what happens. But understand he's not as smart as he lets on, and he only really understands psychology. He doesn't understand much of anything else. And he's riding on true causes, and he's making profit out of it. He's in it for self-gain. So I'd like to see some people criticize the guy on especially the World War II stuff, but there's a lot of other fucked up stuff, a lot of stuff, too much to mention, but he's wrong on a lot of things. But there's enough truth to what he says that he's just a celebrity. He's, hey, someone's on our side, we're desperate for support, let's support this guy. No, don't support him. Criticize him, criticize everyone, debate everything. Don't be that desperate for allies that you ally yourself with your enemy. Criticize everyone and everything. Get to the truth. Forge the sort of truth in the fire of debate. And wield it yourself. You help people by debating them, not by funding them. So realise that Jordan Peterson is making a shitload of money and he's all in it for the money. He's even said at times, he's admitted that he's abandoned his university stuff because he's making a lot more money out of this. And he's become famous because of it. Just by being out there and being politically incorrect, pretending to be a hero when he's not. He's not a hero. So I'm sure I could. I'll end this video now. I'm sure there's tons of stuff I could talk about on the guy, but I'll just make this basic and put out just a key point or two on Jordan Peterson. I'll do the rest other people in the same way. All right. If there's any other criticisms of Jordan Peterson, just put it in the comments to this video and store it as like a database in the comments. And if there's anything important, I'll try and pin it as a top comment, and I'll just build a list on any person that anyone wants to add any important information on, and I'll just pin it to the top of every video on each person. All right, stopping the video.